How are you? And it's Ching. It's Qigong Day, and now it's Taiji Chuan Day too. So last two lessons, we introduced you the 8 basic stance to practice Taiji Chuan. So now we're going to go into the Taiji Chuan to show you how we apply to it, right? So how we implement to it. So you also know from the last 2 lessons, the meaning of Taiji, translation from the Chinese word Taiji. Taiji means grand ultimate. So in this small universe, your body, the grand ultimate you already know is your mind. So, and Chuan is mean empty fist. So a lot of time, again, you also know it's martial art. So there are different way of, self-defense, right? So you self-defense if someone come close to you. So that's the hands. So close distance fighting or self-defense is use your hand. Then there are Taiji sword, sable, the distance gets longer. So we're just gonna focus on the Taiji Chuan. So Chuan is mean empty, it's a fist, okay? So we call it the fist of the mind. How are you going to use your arm, right? It's not just a fist. Your fist belongs to the arm. So how are you going to use your arm, your leg, the whole body doing self-defense? So the mind has to be so sharp. So, and you almost have this computing. After you learn the Taiji Chuan gives you different ways to see what's coming at you, how you defend yourself. So self-defense happens, these days in many ways. Sometimes we call it debating, right? We have a really comfortable, peaceful, hopefully, debating. So you want to be able to have the ability and strength to say what you want to say, your opinion. So we're sharing. So I want to be able to hear other people's idea too. It doesn't matter. I can listen to it. If I don't agree, it's fine. I'm not going to say you are totally wrong. Okay, time will prove that. So it's not for us to, right? So little by little, if we can both tolerate each other, that's the hardest thing. That's the self-defense. We'll be able to tolerate different opinion and start think about it and analyze and understand it, right? If you don't understand, there's no answer. So we're constantly learning, and especially these days, right? You grab opportunity to learn. So Taiji Chuan is helping us to really develop the way of life, help you go in the right path. You can stand up tall with your what? To take care of this small universe first. Remember, breathing, nutrition, and movement. The movement, we call it insightful movement or insightful Taiji Chuan. It's so deep, okay? So insightful movement of the Taiji Chuan teaching is actually the complete classical Yang style. I learned from my mentor, Dr. Yang, so you guys heard me talk about that a lot. And it's so beautiful. I have learned Taiji Chuan when I was studying dance in Taiwan, and dance and music, and we have learned both Eastern and Western form of dance and martial art. So I was first introduced to it, but I didn't understand it. So it didn't spark me any interest until I met Dr. Yang in my 50s, right? So it's like time to return to the root, right? Find what the culture, what I grew up with. So you start, the older you are, you say, wow, those stuff are good. They're really good. Then you try to find a teacher in the United States. I said, what am I doing? When I'm in Taiwan, I want to learn all the Western stuff. Now I'm here in Western world, I want to learn all the Eastern stuff. We're complicated. So anyway, but there's always opportunity. You're going to search, right? You're seeking for knowledge. You're seeking a place. You're seeking a teacher to help you learn deeper. So it's the complete classical Yang style. It's 113 movement, or motifs, all weaving together. So there's not a posture or, repetitive, same movement over and over. There's so many opportunities to arise in life. So it becomes way of life. So way of life, you can learn it when you are 7 or 27 or 37. So you're going to keep going because life is not done yet. So you kind of constant learning through, right, your age, the growth situation. So very, very important. And to keep yourself open. Okay, so I already talked about, so this Taiji Chuan is the fist of the mind. I'm going to introduce you the very first part. So we'll introduce you, we'll break down in 3 parts. The first part is kind of like a warm up, how you use your mind, body, how you move in the spine. Remember that? You gotta, I love to use reverse abdominal breathing, spine movement, and the rooting, right? Put all that together as I introduce you, like A, B, C, D, right? And the second part goes into a little more cardio, a little more complicated spiral movement will come in. And the third part too, at the end, you kind of cool down. Or you finish with crescendo, whatever. Depends how you practice. So it takes about 20 minutes or a little longer. And don't do it fast, with a natural breathing pattern to finish the 113 movement. And so I'm going to teach you the first part of 22 movement, that's including the finishing of the first. And because a lot of direction change, it's really hard to teach you visual, through the internet, right? So I hope this will spark your interest once the world opened up, and sign up for the workshop. I'm waiting and waiting for my book. Almost done. I mean, pretty much done. I'm just make sure there's nothing wrong, because once it's out, it's really hard to fix it. So I'm also doing the proofread right now with beautiful charts, everything, and work with my daughter one more time this Sunday. Then I have another person to proofread, just make sure. And hopefully then we can send it into for the publishing company. Who knows, maybe they want to fix something too. So it does take a long time. See the process from writing to the book coming out. Sometimes takes a long time, sometimes really short. Especially if you're just telling the stories, things are much faster. If you try to proving theory stuff, it's a little longer, which is okay. We're going to go through the process. Okay, so now last 2 weeks we break down the 8 basic stance. From the horse stance, a quick review, from the horse stance to the arrow stance to the 4-6 stance to the false stance to the golden rooster, right? And to what? Sitting cross leg and sitting cross leg, and what? Taming the tiger, right? Taming the tiger, just quick review. Then the last movement is squat stance. That means the horse stance so much deeper to keep strengthening your quadricep. You will see how much is involved. So I'm gonna call out those positions of the leg today. So we're gonna learn a first 3 movements from the opening of the Taiji, preparation to Wuji position into grass, sparrow tails, right and the left. And then next week we add more, okay? So little by little, because it's a phrase. Keep practicing. So here we go. Fist of the mind, right? So really stay focused. So I'm starting out with the 5 checkpoint, my head suspend from above. Thumb point forward, middle finger reach to the ankle, engage your abdominal. Start with the reverse abdominal right off the bat. Inhale, pelvic floor tummy. So I start loosen up my spine. It's a little undulation. Pull my weight on the right leg and slowly inhale, peel this foot off. I'm going to use my right leg to lower the left foot down, a little wider than my shoulder. So you can adjust a little bit, and you put both hands into the girdle belt position. So that's the energy from all this tendon goes out. Okay, here we go. Inhale, one more breath, moving the spine. And exhale, I bend my knee and prepare myself, beginning of the Tai Chi. So total Wuji position, so in the horse stance, right? So hands here. One more time. So opening the Tai Chi beginning. So ready? Inhale, get the spine. Exhale, I pull my weight on the right leg. Inhale, peel the left foot off. Exhale, use this leg to lower that foot down. Transfer weight to center. Soften the hands a little bit. One more, reverse the downward breathing. Inhale, moving the spine. Exhale, establish a beautiful horse stance with the arm in girdle bell. Okay, so ready? This is called Wuji position. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. I'm going to rotate in my shoulder joint, leading with the wrist. I'm going to rotate just the form by softening the elbow. It all happens naturally together. Let's do that again. So we just arrived to the Wuji position in the horse stance. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy in. I'm going to rotate in the shoulder joint, that spiral out to your wrist. So right here, now leading with the wrist. And then I rotate the form, that's called pronation. And down. One more time. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. Exhale, softening the elbow, rotate the form, and return. I'll do the same thing, side a little bit so you can see my spine movement. So I'm here. I'm going to moving the spine and go into the Wuji position. I'm looking, so my front right now is north. Okay, yours too. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. Rotate in the shoulder joint. Spiral energy out, leading with the wrist. Exhale, soften the elbow. You rotate the upper arm and return. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. So your arm, right? Sometimes people say it's like the mist above the water in the pond. Very soft, or like the incense floats down. So the quality, we'll do one more time. The quality of the movement, kind of like water or air. So I pronate the form by bend your elbow. It just follows through and return. So that's the beginning of the Taiji Chuan, getting everything ready, okay? So now I'm going from the beginning to here, then we add the next movement. So I will do this facing you right now. And your head suspend from above. Ready? Inhale, moving the spine. On the exhale, I shift my weight to here totally. Next inhale, lift. Lower this foot down. I use my right leg to lower the left. And I arrive nice and tall. One more breath here. Inhale, reverse the downward breathing. Exhale, I soften the spine, soften the arm, soften your face, and release the tension of your mind, right? Ready? Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. You rotate in the shoulder joint and lead the wrist. Exhale, release down. That's the beginning of Tai Chi. Next movement, I'm not going to move the arm, I'm going to move the leg first. Show you. So shift your weight to the left leg. So the right leg's free. I will pivot on the heel to the east side. Rotate, so to your right. And return. Can you see? This is arrow stance. Okay, we're going to go from the horse stance to arrow stance, which you already know. And just put together one more time, just remind. Okay, so right here. I'm going to shift my weight to the left leg. So the right leg, oh, I'm ready. Pivot on the heel. Once you put it down, you put your weight here, so you can pivot the back leg, turn the pelvis to the east side. So that's arrow stance. 70%, 30%. Don't strain your knee, okay? Come back. We're going to add the arm this time. So right here. So imagine somebody grab my wrist. How do I get myself out? It's by drop my elbow, I spiral. So they grab, there's a, we call it tiger's mouth. This is open. If I get myself out, instead of fighting back and forth. So that's this. You see that? So they grab me. I'm sorry, I don't have another partner here, so I have to help you to imagine. So from here, so I drop my elbow, I got myself out. I transfer weight, right? So this, I retreat a little bit, and the self-defense come in, and this hand right here. So I'm right here, I cover my face a little bit. Then this hand can go there to strike, okay? Sometimes as soon as I get myself out, the other person might say, oh, she knows something, right? So they're already a little startled instead of back and forth. So right here, you can transfer your weight, hollow your tummy. So the importance of the hollow tummy, I'll show you. The importance of this is I build out the power. So I can go right here, goes out. Does it make sense? But we're not gonna do that. So from here, I gather my will, I gather my power, and I turn the body and put right here. But we are not going to strike. The intention is there, okay? To defend yourself. So ready? Here we go. Comes in, hollow your tummy. I turn the body, turn, and right here. So this is called a grass sparrow's tail right. This is my right arm. This is my left arm, of course. So this right. From the beginning to there. Moving the spine. Keep practice because you need practice to strengthen the quadricep. Lower yourself. Adjust yourself nice and tall. 5 checkpoints. Make sure your head suspend from above. Inhale, pelvic floor tummy. Exhale, Wuji position. Beginning of a Taiji. Inhale again, pelvic floor tummy. Rotate in the shoulder joint, leading with the wrist. Just about shoulder height, that's plenty. Exhale, return, right? Use your opponents in front of you. Don't go, yeah, no, you don't go that high. So right here, you protect yourself and come down. Transfer weight, see, constant moving. Pivot, I go, right? I go, and right there. Grass bell tails, right. So let's go from here now. From the beginning, the Wuji position. Inhale. Beginning of the Tai Chi. Finding quiet your mind. Transfer weight. Rotate elbows down. Exhale. Next movement. Transfer weight again to the right leg. You can step here, just give a little break. Or you just kick, okay? So from here, you can just a little kick, or you step on the instead of the other person. Or you kick the shin, very low kick. This leg, the left leg, have to step toward the right shoulder. Don't go behind the hip, because you can't turn around properly. So everything you do, you are planning it carefully, because the mind's there. So if I step diagonally, I'm going to transfer the weight to the back, pivot all the way, bring this hand right in front of the cheek, and down this one goes. So that's grass sparrow tails left. Another arrow stance. Isn't that cool? Okay, so right here. Let's look at this. So here we go. This is grass sparrow tail right. When you shift your weight back here, this is silly bull already. When you shift your weight back to the silly bull, remember the rocking? And from here, you can pivot all the way, and you ready? Push from this leg, you arrive. And push, so you arrive. So another thing, right? That's the fast movement, that's Fa Jing, power comes in. But in our mind, we know, slowly develop that power. To understand where it comes from, is your feet, is the Mother Earth. So the energy from the Mother Earth, direct coming up, direct from the pelvic, manifesting out through the arm. Isn't that pretty? It's just all this. Okay, let's put it all together, and next week I will add more. So just give you a little taste, the Taiji Chuan. And it's gonna be beautiful work, okay? So ready? Inhale. From 5 checkpoint, you bend both knee, transfer weight, right, it's constant transfer weight. Peel the foot up, use the right leg, right leg, lower the left leg out a little wider than your shoulder. You kind of also feel a little wiggle. Okay, one more breath. Inhale, reverse it down the breathing. Exhale, you arrive. You ready? Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy lifting. Soft, just about shoulder height, don't go higher. Exhale, release down. Transfer the weight and pivot the body, turn the body, grass sparrow tails right. Continue transfer. Hold yourself, little kick. Go to the opposite shoulder, to the right shoulder, behind the right shoulder. Put the heel down, that's 4-6 stance. And comes in, keep turning. Grass sparrow tails left. There's still a little bit of variation. We don't do this anymore because always changing a little bit, okay? So the idea is still this, just like this. Now we can do this, but the arm can change slightly. You just give you opportunity and possibility. One more time. Oh, actually, let's just go from here. Okay, so we just arrive in the Wuji position, beginning of a Tai Chi. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. You rotate the shoulder joint, the wrist leading. Exhale, softly rotate the forearm, so-called pronation. As soon as I go down, I'm transfer weight. Rotate and come pivot, turn the body. The weight from the Mother Earth, direct from the pelvic, manifesting. Transfer weight again, little kick, step to the opposite shoulder. Silio going through the horse stance. And all the way out to grass sparrow tails left. So this arm is at the girdle belt. Like help me rooting. Help me to have my own center. And this arm, power come from the leg. But it's so light, so people say, how can Taiji Chuan is martial art? It is, but because we didn't understand the application, I'm not using this to teach people fight, but I'm using this also try to build confidence in yourself. Learn how to see things beyond your immediate circle, right? So your alertness is more, because things always happen. We just had a really, really windy 2 days. Some of the trees start falling. And so things always happen. And also, the natural environment too. There's always a system. I'm in Connecticut. There are 4 seasons, right? But every year, the spring are slightly different. Even spring is coming, okay? In April and May, it's coming. But I don't know exactly, is it going to be too dry, too hot, too wet, whatever. We also, April shower, whatever, it does, but sometimes it doesn't. But still spring, okay? So there's variation. The seasons there change slightly, and we have to follow the change. It's just hard for the farmer, right? Then the summer comes. Last summer was pretty wet, pretty dry actually. Sorry. It was so dry, I water every day, but the flower, because the spring was very wet, so it was not too bad. But by the end of summer, it was really, really drying up. And then we had a heavy storm, everything falls. Anyway, lots of tree came down. Life is changing all the time. Even there's a system, which is me, right? I'm here, my system. But things gonna happen. We already know COVID-19 come, and the flu and all this stuff, and then the cancer and lots of stuff. We're being attacked, right? But the only way to being strong, defend yourself, is right. Do the breath work, nutrition, exercise. You build your confidence and understand this body first. So whatever happens is gonna make you stronger, because your bone needs stress. Stressor build the bone density. Stress on the muscle make them strong, but don't kill it, right? So same thing, life changing, make you stronger. So I'm gonna do one last time, and we finish today. I'm gonna go right to here, okay? So you ready? Inhale, and I'm gonna rotate the shoulder joint. So laterally rotate, leading pelvic floor tummy with the wrist. Exhale, deepening the root, so rooting more. So you can transfer the weight. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the east side, grass sparrow tails right. Continue transfer weight, little kick. Step toward the right shoulder. The arm goes through. Pivot in, can you see? Medially rotate, laterally rotate, push from the back leg. You get to the grass sparrow tails left. my hand, your hand want to protect your face, okay? So right here, just enough. You don't want to be like this, side to side. So you can see, right? You want to see where you're going, what's coming. That's it for today, okay? There's 20 movement. We did 3. And next one, and Pong, Lu, Ji, An. That's 4 movement together and single whip. So we put that together next week. That's 5 movement. So we just keep going. It's going to be so much fun. And I love teaching, so teaching is always fun for me. And if you have any question, you can do the comments. And I also hope once the world opened up, and I have to change my workshop schedule too. I love to see you in the studio. You can learn the first part, relearn or learn. And the second part, might take a year or 2 to get everything together. But it's okay, because you have to focus, okay? So just like you enter college, take 4 years, and then the master. So once you find something, your life has meaning, and stay with it until you arrive. Once you arrive, find another level, right? So thank you so much. Take good care.